I am Will Mack, and this is Wilderness Calling. Today, I am headed to a little known spot, a spot that's hard to get to. In fact, I've got to use a machete to get through a lot of this foliage, but hopefully there's gonna be a whole lot of fish waiting for me down by the river. Let's get them. Look at that gnarly guy. He looks like he's caught a fish or two. Oh man, here it is. Well, that was much harder than I expected to get down here. This is one of the places I used to go before I ever got a kayak and got pretty good at bass fishing. But man, nobody's been down here in a long time, so I'm hoping there's some fish in here for me. When it comes to bass fishing, it does not get more basic than this. I've got a 3/8 ounce green pumpkin jig with a green pumpkin skirt and a green pumpkin double tail grub. I'm gonna toss this out under these trees starting out. See if we can't get bit. Here is something I just don't get. I got my swim bait stuck and it's pulling me back. So I think it's a fish and then I pull it in and look what I catch. Somebody else is flipping fishing line. And I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about all of it. And I don't know who is out here. Listen, if you get caught up, which I understand because we all get caught up. But if you get snagged on a branch, you don't have to cut all the line off your reel. You really don't. You just pull and break off and then retie. I just really don't get this, and I run into this more than you would think. Ugh. Oh man, I got a good one. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, I just cast it out on this log right here and I just hooked a nice smallie. Oh man, it's a good one. Whoa, I mean, these are some acrobatics right here. I got a good hook set on her and everything. Oh yes. And this is why I worked so hard to come out here. Oh man, come on baby. This is a jumper. Oh my gosh, let me get her up here. Whoa! If I had gotten any less good hook set on this fish, it'd still be swimming. Wow, this has got to be a 20 or 21 inch smallie. I mean, out of a little river like this, this is an amazing fish. Oh my gosh. If this is the only fish I catch today, it was all worth it. Wow, let's get this fighter back in the water. Mwah. I absolutely love fishing rivers. One of my favorite types of fishing there is. And I brought 3 lures with me to fish with today that I believe I can fish in any situation that I encounter out on the river. The first one is a 3/8 ounce green pumpkin jig. The second is a finesse swim bait. I have this one on a 1/8 ounce jig head on a medium spinning rod. And then I also have a wacky rig also on a medium spinning rod. I intend to use all 3 lures today, and I have a feeling that at least a couple of them will work. There we go. I think there's another smallie. It's fighting like it. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. You think this fish wanted a swim bait? Boom, boom. It's hanging out his mouth. You gotta let that go, buddy. Boom. Well, that's fun. Oh man, smallies are tons and tons and tons of fun. Let's get this one back. Catch him again when he's bigger. Okay, here's a case where I'm gonna use this jig to really hit this cover right in front of me, this down tree. And then out in this open area, I'm gonna toss that swim bait. See if I can't pick up a fish. Waiting for a bite out there in the middle. This is the upcurrent side of the stream. And when I just tossed my jig, I tossed my jig over that log. Because that's the down current side. That's where the bass like to lurk, because it's little effort because they're protected from the current by the tree. And they can just ambush prey right from the other side of this log. Ooh, I just got bit right here on this jig. I kind of failed to set the hook. So I'm gonna let this rest. I'm gonna toss this swim bait out, and I'm gonna come right back in here with that wacky rig in about 5 minutes. All right, this has to be as close to a perfect cast as I can make. And even then, I might have a hard time landing this fish. There it is. Oh, there it is. Oh no. Well, this is a pretty cool fish because of the way I had to hunt it. Now, obviously it's not very big, which is part of the reason when I set my jig, I didn't get it. But I had to be really patient. I had to take some time, you know, throw out some swim baits for a little bit, and then come back about 5 minutes later, toss in a wacky rig exactly where this fish bit, and man, it paid off with a bite, baby. Mwah. Let's get this fish back in the water. What a rewarding trip out, especially since it was so hard to even get to the river. The video did it no justice. There were thorn bushes 10 feet high and 10 feet wide that I actually chopped all the way through to even find a trail to the river. I picked out 3 lures to use on this trip to the river, and all 3 of them caught fish, which is pretty cool. The first of which is this green pumpkin jig that I talked about. The most popular jig colors are black and green pumpkin. Highly visible in any water and just a fish attracting color. I chose the jig because it is a bigger profile lure, and if you want to throw it on big structure like rocks or down trees, it's not gonna get hung up. Too bad. I could probably pay a car note with all the $5 jigs that I've snagged out on rivers. The next bait that I chose was a finesse swim bait. And this is a bait where you're gonna throw on more open expanses, maybe the area after a riffle, or if you find some pea gravel flat or even some shallow grass in the river. This is what you're gonna swim over that. This particular swim bait is a big Joshy. I believe this is the baby bass color, and an 1/8 ounce ball jig head. And very important here, this is a 2/0 hook. You want that 2/0 hook so you get plenty of hook exposure so your hookup rate is good. These big Joshy swim baits have tons and tons of wobble. And I'm a Kitech guy, I swear by Kitex, but this big Joshy swim bait gets it done. The final lure, and a lure that I've used to catch tons of fish this year, is a wacky rig. If there's a really high percentage area, like right around a log or right on the other side of a boulder or big rock, where your spidey sense is going off, you know that there is a fish there and you know you want to catch that fish, this is the perfect lure to throw. Once again, a green pumpkin color, lots of hook exposure, so it is prone to get snagged. That's why you want to be precise with the cast and really confident that a fish is sitting right where you throw this. Like you saw in the video, I actually missed a fish on the jig and came back 5 minutes later with a wacky rig because I absolutely knew there was a fish there and I wanted to hook up on it. Wacky rig was the right presentation for that scenario. I hope you got something out of this video, so smash like. And until next time, grab 3 lures that you have tons of confidence in and then chuck in wine, baby. Peace.